Welcome to another episode of Astral Auto Repairs. If we can't repair it, nobody can. Now what we have here is a 1996 Nissan Maxima. The car kind of caught fire, and after a little diagnosing, we see that the plug to the alternator somehow caused some kind of short and started a fire within the alternator. Right now the car is not charging, so what we're going to do, first I'm going to give you a closer look on the plug. Went to the dealership, got a brand new alternator harness plug. Going to put it in a brand new alternator, and that should repair the problem. Alright, let's take a look at this plug. Now as you can see, the alternator plug, we can get to it right there. And if you can see it real close, you see how one side of it is burnt. So we're going to change that whole harness, which goes from right there and down to the AC compressor. Now these alternators are not easy to replace. What you have to do is you have to remove the fan shroud, jack it up, go underneath, unbolt the AC compressor. Do not disconnect the lines, just unbolt it, swing it out of the way, unbolt the alternator, drag it out of there. Alright, let's get to going. First thing we're going to do is set up this camera, and we're going to take out the fan. Okay, I know you can't get a good view at this, but here's the tensioner. I'm going to loosen up the tensioner, get the belt off, take the top wire going from the alternator to the battery, take that off, and we're going to try to set the camera up underneath. You can see all the burn right there. Half the plug is gone. Yeah, that's gonna get us a new one. Okay, here we are. Here's the brand new alternator wiring harness, straight from the dealer. Not used anything, brand new. And here we go, brand new alternator. Okay. Alright, and let's get this alternator hooked up in there. We got the alternator in. We don't have the belt tightened up yet. So what we're going to do is hook up the ground wire, tighten up the top alternator bolt. Okay, we got the alternator hooked in, battery connected. We also got a multimeter over here where we're going to check the charging system. If you look down here, this is a very difficult alternator to do. There's the alternator. Everything's back in place, it's connected. And connected to it, we got the new wiring harness right from the dealer. Now what we're about to do, we're about to check voltage on a battery. Voltage should be about 11, 12 volts. And if the battery is not fully charged, the alternator is going to put out more voltage than usual. Usually the alternator puts out like 13.5 volts. But if it senses that the battery is drained or there's a big draw on the car, it's going to put out more, up to 15 volts. Now sometimes you get these backyard mechanics that will jump out the alternator, which means that thing will start charging at 15 volts, which means you're going to be looking at a car fire. So please stop, don't even jump out the alternator. Fix it the right way. All right, let's get this connected and we're going to see how many voltage this battery has. All right, let's cut the multimeter on. Voltage is at 12 and a little bit over 12 and a half, which is a good battery. Okay, we're going to start this up and check the charging system. Okay, charging system, 14.5 volts. That's kind of high on this car. Let's see if it starts going down. So we're going to leave this connected. $14.25. Oh yeah, it's going down. That's good. Everything's good. Okay, we went back, checked it, wait for a few minutes, we came back. We're down at 14.11. It's still going down, which means the alternator is doing this job. Little advice: a loose belt can show signs of a bad alternator. So you want to make sure the belt is tight before you condemn the alternator. A good way of checking a good alternator is by starting the car up, having a multimeter up to it, cut the lights on, wipers, radio, and see if that charge will hold. This came out to be a good job. Again, this is Astro Auto Repairs. If we can't repair it, nobody can.